At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast? Smart move. Being financially savvy? Smart move. Another smart move? Having State Farm help you create a competitive price when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Welcome to The Last Show. I'm David Cooper. Thinking of getting a tattoo for the holidays? Well, you might want to think twice, as actress Dawn O'Porter, wife of Chris O'Dowd, you know, that actor from the movie Bridesmaids, admits she has a tattoo on her bottom of a kebab shop to honor her husband. Here to discuss this is our foreign correspondent, Tony Five, who reports live from the scene of Dawn O'Porter's bottom, or at least somewhere near her bottom in London, England. Tony, welcome to the show.
Good day, my friend. Good day. You got so much wrong there. She is Dawn O'Porter, but she's actually Dawn Porter. She added the O when she met and married Chris O'Dowd, which is always a weird thing, that she added the O to make her, but not the O'Dowd. She just added the O so that she's Dawn O'Porter, so that people remember
I love that.
her.
My girlfriend's last name starts with a K, so I should change the C in Cooper to K Cooper if we get married.
That would be amazing. Why don't you do that? I would love you to do that.
That is the great question. So walk me through what this tattoo is. Side note, we're going to talk about regrettable tattoos here because I might have one or two or 25. And I don't know if you have one. We'll get to that in a second. Walk me through Dawn Porter or Dawn O'Porter's tattoo that she got.
Well, they met and got married in 2012. It was kind of a whirlwind sort of wedding. They sort of... she decided to get Munchies, and the Munchies is a kebab shop, right? So the kebab shop is called Munchies. So she decided to get that as sort of like just a week before she got married to him, as sort of an affection of her love, because that's where they met.
Get what, Tony? You're just saying she decided to get Munchies.
Oh, sorry. She got Munchies tattooed on her bottom, my friend. Munchies tattooed on her bottom. So the text Munchies, which is absolutely tragic, but funny as well. I don't know what the equivalent is over there in the States or Canada. What would a kebab shop be? Sort of the place that you would end up after a drunken night and you have very greasy, horrible food that you regret in the morning.
Probably like a pizza chain, maybe a fast food chain. Yeah, something like that. Or even a Greasy Spoon diner.
So basically she got that, and funnily enough, she doesn't regret it, although it does bring up the topic of regretful tattoos.
It certainly does. Okay, so she gets this on her bottom. I like the idea of matching tattoos. My girlfriend has a matching friendship tattoo with her two best friends.
Okay.
And I have a matching tattoo, drum roll please, with my ex-wife of where we got engaged. It's a doodle that she made of the facade of the building at which we got engaged. She has it on her, how best I say this for radio? She has a tattoo, no, not on her tuchus, on her side bust, I'll say. And I have it on my forearm. And we have matching tattoos. And we got them when we were in our mid-20s. And people often ask me, do I regret it? And the answer is kind of, but I think tattoos are really like scars of where we were in our lives when we got them. And I don't regret being at that place in my life when I got it. Right. It's just kind of weird that my ex has her family or whatever, and I've got my life here, and we just have these matching tattoos that every time I look at my arm, it's a moment in time where I was at one place, I am not at that place anymore.
Would you ever consider having it lasered off or removed or covered?
No. The thing is, when people are like, oh, I don't want to get a tattoo because I worry I'll regret it, that's baked into getting a tattoo. it's like having kids is not an amazing experience completely. Having a child can drive you to one of the worst
What a great
moments of
comment.
Well, think about it. Having a baby when you're underslept and the baby is screaming and you haven't slept in 10 years and you're trying to figure out how you're going to pay for this and you're fighting with your partner and this, that, and the other. Having a baby is not like an all good experience. It's a holistic experience. And the reason you go through it is for the good and the bad. And I feel like tattoos are that way too. You go through it knowing you might regret it at a future date. And holistically, I chose to have that experience. And so I accept it. If you're the kind of person that if your life changes and you're not going to like your tattoo, don't get it. That's baked into the process.
I mean, I agree. I feel the same way about sushi.
Like if the fish is raw and you get sick from it, you have it anyway. Yeah.
And you talk about having sushi with your friends all the time, but I feel it's like that for me. But no, I agree. In terms of a tattoo, I would love a regretful tattoo. I think I'm too sensible to do that. I overthink things. So, the tattoos I have are kind of like, they're either repeated. So I've got a few paper planes that are symbolic of sort of times and people. And I remember that. I've got a couple of bits of text that means something to me. And the last one that I always wanted to get is this wonderful sort of sculpture that I've spoken to you about before. That's from Burning Man. I think it's called The Child Within. And the description of it is basically two adults sitting away from each other in a wireframe mesh, but inside is two illuminated children touching hands. And if you Google it online, I think it's called The Child Within Burning Man, you'll see it. It's beautiful. And I'd love that piece. But I never knew that about you.
I was at Burning Man and stumbled upon that art without knowing that it was there, without knowing anything about it, with a new friend I had made who I became very close with afterward. Right. And I remember stumbling at that art and being so amazed by it. It's these two adults. The adults are back to back. Their heads are kind of slouched down. It looks like they've gotten in this fight. And then within the wire frame of these two adults are two children illuminated, touching hands, very open and curious. And it's just a wonderful piece of art. You should get that tattooed on you. You wouldn't be the first person.
No, it's quite a common tattoo, especially people like burners who have been there before and it made an impression on them. But just the thought of you walking like through the desert at night and seeing this illuminated thing is so surreal to me. I think it would, really, really affect me. It sounds amazing having seen that. That must have really touched you, just seeing that.
It certainly did. And I saw it at night. It was at dusk, so I could see the wire frame of the sad adults with the illuminated children very well. But back on to the point, I think if you're regretting a tattoo is part of it. Anyone who has enough of them regrets one or two of them. I would never get it lasered off. I like that I regret it in a way, if that makes sense. I like the holistic experience of the mistake and the knowledge of the mistake and where I was at a point in time back then and where I am now. I like what that all represents, even though I kind of do regret it in some sense, because here I am with my ex-wife having a matching tattoo.
As you say, like a battle scar. I wonder whether she's still got it on her side cleavage.
Oh, a side bust. I don't know. She might have gotten it lasered. We don't speak on the regular, believe it or not.
That would be interesting.
As most exes don't do.
Would you have have you got another tattoo in mind? Because most people, once they have a tattoo, it's quite an addictive process. People have a thought of their next one. Have you got one in mind?
I have one that represents my one grandmother. I have another that represents my other. My mother's father died when I was very young. I never knew him, so I might get something for him. But my grandfather on my dad's side, who I knew until his 90s, I want to get something to represent him. So I'll do that. The irony of which my grandparents, all Jewish, if they knew I had a tattoo, they would probably kill me. But they're not around anymore, so now I have lovely tattoos representing them.
That's nice that you would. You don't come across as a sentimental person, but that's quite a sentimental thing to do in memory of a grandfather or grandmother.
Yeah, I offload all my sentimentalism onto my ink, and that way I don't have to be a sentimental person. Tony, regrettable tattoos, a kebab shot on your tuchus. Thanks for being on the show. I appreciate it.
David, always a pleasure for the cutting and hard-hitting news, David.
Tony 5 is our foreign correspondent in London, England.
Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.